नित्यं सदा परिभवग्नमभीष्टदोहम् तीर्थास्पदं शिवविरिञ्चिनुतं शरण्यं भृत्यार्तिहं प्रणतपालपवाप्तिपोतं वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दं वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दं. Hare Krishna. Chapter 18. We covered till 54, a part of 54 sloka. So we'll really go through that quickly, a recap, and then we can continue today's slokas. Siddhim prapto yata brahma tatapnoti nibaddhame samasenaiva kaunteya nishta jnanasya ya para. So in this sloka we saw how does one achieve the stage which has been explained before. You just have to remember the chart. When we are talking about this part, we are talking about that particular stage. You remember that line, dividing line above and bottom. Karma yoga leads one to the dhyana, nishta, and then atma sakshat, or self-realization, where one can see the Atma. That's different stage. How does one achieve this stage has been explained, and the introduction was this particular sloka. And then, and 51 to 53, and that particular stage is achieved through these things that's been mentioned here, 3 slokas. We went through each and every one, every points here, how one is purified by the intelligence, the mind under control, and sensor under control, all the different things, free from false ego, pride, lust, anger, all those different points have been we discussed in this set of slokas. Now in the following sloka, that is the 54th sloka, the bhakti which leads 1 to 3 different stages. As we saw, the dhyana nishta can divide into 2 branches. One can settle down with being happy with the Atma realization alone, that's it. Or one can get into the path of bhakti and perform bhakti, and through the bhakti one can get to the stage of parabhakti, and we'll see what are different meanings of these things. Parabhakti, which will lead to parajnana, parajnana will lead to parama bhakti, and the parama bhakti will be the result of parama bhakti is actually being with God, right? Bhavat prapti, that's called bhavat prapti. So, parabhakti, brahma bhuta prasanna atmana sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. So, this is the initial stage of self-realization. A self-realization person have brahma bhuta prasanna atma. Prasanna atma, like we saw in the last class, we are also prasanna. Our prasanna means we are also effulgent, we are also happy, we are also all those things, but it's all condition based. If the conditions are good, certain conditions are good, criteria are good, we are also happy atmas. If the conditions are not favorable, then it's very difficult. We cannot call ourselves prasanna atma, right? So jnanai kakara means this atma is what's the understanding that this person has at parabhakti is that atma is a servant of Lord, and we are part and parcel of Lord, and by that he clears all these 4 points: klesha, karma, vipaka, asayaihi means where it says that those previous vasanas which has been removed, karmas are removed, and klesha, all the klesha, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, all the different 4 things are removed, 5 things are removed, and the 4th thing is actually the avidya is the cause of it, and the result of avidya is asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. Just recollect what we covered in the last classes, okay? And then good karma, bad karma is also gone, and then therefore there is no repeated birth and death for him. If there is no repeated birth and death for him, that means he doesn't have that vasana. This is called klesha. Klesha is all those things is gone, prasanna atma. Now on that, na sochati na kankshati, does not show much of interest. He has an interest, but his interests and hatred are different than what we have. Our interests are mostly on the material thing, right? We hate to come and listen any of these things for a long time, or any devotional service, any of those things. We cannot do it for a long time. We hate those things, and or sometimes why we have to keep on doing the same thing. I want varieties. I want to do something different, right? That is our condition. For that person on this stage, Parabhakti stage, na sochati, na kankshati, he hates what we like, and he likes what we hate. It's just a reverse of everything. For us, only we have limitation of certain things. For him, doing bhakti is what is main thing for him, right? That's we saw here. He is equal to everyone by being detached, showing any attachment to anyone except Lord. He shows he is equal to anyone and everyone, like God is also equal to anyone and everyone. But that does not mean that he runs around and does all those things to keep people happy. Rather than that, his main goal is to keep God, Krishna, happy. Whatever does not make God, Krishna happy, then he is not going to get into that program at all. First point is that one. If it likes for me, I do it, right? If it likes for my next stage is if it likes for my family members, I will do it. I mean, sometimes we get into this program, right? We may not like it, but since the family likes it, we have to do it. And when someone is like, why did you do it? Because my family likes, I'm going to do it. I will do it. They are happy, therefore, right? So like that, this person does for one reason. The reason is because he wants to see Krishna happy. And when he sees Krishna happy, this stage is little, just understand, in our stage, we might also do certain things which makes God happy. But not necessarily we are doing with full heart. We are sometimes have to do it, therefore we are doing it. Right? We also might be doing because it is told, because we have to do certain things on Saturday, we have to do this puja. We are also doing it because it makes God happy, right? But then but when you are doing that one, we are feeling somewhat also in comfort. We are forced to do, or we are doing for the sake of doing. But this person is not like that. He just simply happily does that activity, whatever he is trying to do. Everything else is equal to the blade of grass for him. Everything else just it doesn't have any value for him in life except pleasing God. That's a level of bhakti that this person has. Mad bhaktim labate param. And we saw what is the wealth for him. Wealth for him is dhanam madhiyam tava pada pankajam. For him the wealth is the lotus feet of Krishna. Nothing else for him as a great wealth. And then now the point comes, this is where we stopped last class, and we'll continue this particular few slides and complete this sloka. So why he does all this thing, unless and until you know completely about that person, you don't want to do anything with that person. In general, in our dealings with anything that for that matter, we need to know someone, how great that person is, what that person is, and so forth. Therefore, we can develop the relationship and then try to do in connection with that person. Likewise, this person Parabhakti means is as that bhakti. Why? He completely understands where the bhakti and his energy has to be spent or directed. That is Sarveshware Nikila Jagat Udbhava Stiti Pralaya Leele. There are certain points that's been given in the commentaries. Therefore, because of these reasons, he performs bhakti towards Krishna. The very first is Sarveshware. Sarveshware means he is a controller. He is controller of everyone and everything. How does he control? When we want to control someone, how do we do that one? If you want to control, you have to say something, right? If you want to control and make something, changes or something, you have to speak up. You have to say something, or you have to tell something through someone, or you send an email. Something. That's how we try to do this one. When Krishna wants to control, does he have to send a note in Facebook? Or does he have to do something like that, notification? Or he has to speak up and do all those things? He doesn't need to. How does he control each one of us? By Sankalpa Matra. Sankalpa Matra means? Just by his things, it just happens. We also think, never happens. We also think so many things. Right? Not even one thing happens. Right? So when Krishna thinks, Sankalpam, is sankalpam. That's why when we make sankalpam, we make it one day it works, 2 days it works, 1 month we'll keep it up, again back to the same old program. Our sankalpam are like that, unsteady. When Krishna makes it happens, for sure it happens. So bhakti has to be performed in someone who is superior. And bhakti has to be performed to who? Bhakti has to be performed to someone who is superior. Like, can we perform bhakti to family, our manager, our spouse, all those things? The concept of bhakti is you cannot perform bhakti to these listed over here. It has to be someone who is superior to us. Right? That is how we perform bhakti. Bhakti, in the process, Bhagavan and Bhakta. 3 things. Bhagavan, Bhakta, and Bhagavan and Bhakta are connected through
Process.
Bhakti process, yes, process, that process. And you cannot replace these ones with someone else. That we can never do that one. Because why? Why we cannot do bhakti towards, we cannot replace Bhagavan with my spouse or child or anyone else? That's the point. Sarveshware. Sarveshware means bhakti has to be performed to someone who has the complete control of everything. Everything for that matter. And therefore, that cannot be, this one cannot be replaced by anyone else other than Bhagavan himself. Nikhila Jagat Udbhuva Sthiti Pralaya Leele. Krishna is the cause of creation, maintenance and destructions. He does not need any help. Like how we need help for doing anything, we always need support, others' support. We ourselves cannot do it. Right? We are a team worker. We cannot perform individually. And we have to have people to help us for any project, anything. But Krishna, does he need help of this particular devata and that particular devata? It appears like he needs some help. That's why he's having all the different gods. Well, we know very well by now, at least, that yes, he has all the different devatas and so forth. Not that because he is too busy or is too much work for him, he's under stress. Rather, right, he is delegating his work because of, as a service to all these devatas. And devatas derive some this particular boon or because of their karma, they are being empowered to do certain activities. Otherwise, God does not need anyone else to do any such activities. Since he is the cause, we are bound unto. Why do we have to listen and serve to God? Because he is cause of everything. Because he is being the cause of everything. That's one simple thing that we have to understand. And therefore, since he is cause of everything, therefore we have to listen to him. Why? Just simply because he is cause. Cause means he knows everything. Obviously, since he knows everything, when he says something, it's going to have value to it. There's a truth to it. Therefore, we listening to that, we are not going to be the loser. That's the important point of understanding this one. And the bound and service are not out of force. Right now, it may be out of force. But that's where this particular stage. In this stage, it's not out of force. He just likes it. He just wants to do it. That's how, right? He is the one who has given everything. Therefore, we have to do service to him and bhakti towards him. Because who has given everything to us? God. One might tell that if my parents are not there, I wouldn't have got this body at all. It is very true. We have to be very grateful and show our gratitude to our parents. But parents themselves did not have any confidence or assurance how their child is going to be born. Yes? Constantly they go check up to the doctor. They do all the different scannings, make sure the child is okay in the womb and everything is fine. All those things, why they have to do? Because otherwise they have no control of changing the baby, how the outcome is going to be. They don't have any control of, none of us have any control of how the baby has to be appearing, right? Therefore, we can understand who is really giving us this body more than our parents was just simply an instrument in our life to be born. But then the real cause is Krishna. Krishna is the one who is giving us the body, the senses, these parents, whomever we have this today, our parents, our friends, our relatives, our wealth, our appearance, everything is given by Krishna. Right? Therefore, we should serve the Lord. Nirasta samasta heye ghante, completely free. God is complete. Is God has any faults in it? No, right? No, we went through these things also. Huh? And in Ramayana, people say Rama has made this mistake, list of mistakes. And Krishna Leela has lot of mistakes. He is false, yes, right? All those things. But those are just for argumental says people doesn't have complete understanding of Bhagavad Gita. They speak all these different things, right? But God himself, God does not have any faults for that matter. And even if it is seem to be a fault on the material platform, those are not faults, those are wonderful qualities. When it is exhibited in God, they are called as qualities, right? When we do mistake, we don't call I am also having a wonderful quality, right? Hey, why did you do this one? This is my leela. Now, when we are doing that, we are not going to call our activities as leela. Only God does, that is called leela, right? We are doing out of foolishness and ignorance, so we should understand that. Uh, and completely free. And the next one is one with unlimited good qualities. First thing is he does not have any faults, right? He does not have any faults. Like how we have sometimes we have people. These people are very. They do not get into any problems. They do not get into arguments. If anyone is fighting, they don't want to take a side of those people, right? Something they follow certain principle in their life. Then maybe it appears that they are very good people. Right? Not necessary who are like that have to be a good people. Right? They are being away. That means they don't want to get any faults. Do they have all the good qualities? The next question. Not necessary. Not necessary because they don't have faults. Not necessary they are having all good qualities. Right? Therefore, only God has all these things. God is free of all faults, and God is having unlimited gunas, qualities, unlimited qualities. You take one quality, that one quality itself unlimited. The quantity is unlimited of one quality. A quality of a quantity is unlimited. Right? We might also have a quality here and there, little bit something we might be traces of what God has, but can never say that we have the complete quality and it's unlimited. We can never say these things, right? For example, a person liked or appreciated by others for one or some good quality that they might have, because those good qualities are considered auspicious. Mangalam. In case of God, whatever qualities that he has exhibited or possessed, that's what we just saw. What we saw now, a person might have some good qualities. Good qualities have certain code of conduct. Good qualities means what? Helping others. Some examples. Helping others, right? And speaking some pleasing, always pleasingly speaking, right? Never getting anger. These are some good qualities a person might have, right? And the reverse is that whatever God has, God is getting anger, right? You know the story in Mahabharata where Krishna was ready to kill Bhishma. Is it comes out of love? Out of anger. Is out of anger. He comes out of anger, right? And that anger, what he exhibited, is praised. It's praised, is glorified. Even Bhishma himself glorified the same thing at the what is it? Bed of arrows. Bed of arrows. He was just glorifying the same thing. In fact, he was dying and leaving his body, thinking about that particular scene where Krishna was rushing towards Bhishma to kill Bhishma. And he was appreciating that anger. He wanted to see that guna, right? Like that, when God exhibits, that's all called qualities, never to be considered those things to be fault. Only with God, not with us. And another one is Lavanya Amrita Sagare. Sagare means ocean. Amrita means is nectarian ocean. Lavanya means the beauty. Saundarya and Lavanya. There are two terms are there. You must have heard this one. Saundarya means each and every part is beautiful, right? And Lavanya means overall beauty. Overall beauty. Say for example, now we are all for the future. So if you're trying to get married, and you're trying to get married, and then this now I don't think this is happening nowadays. Now it's all changed, right? Now your parents are sending a picture of someone, a boy or a girl, and then you see the picture, very nice. And you decided and you said, go for it. And then, marriage is fixed, everything's fixed, and the auditorium, everything, every single whole grand thing has been fixed, and you don't want to take a vacation. You already planned because you want to go 1 month vacation, get married, and all those things come back. Therefore, you didn't want to waste your vacation, right? So you go there, and then you shock. And then you're going and asking your parent, where is that girl that you showed in the photo? And the same girl. No. No, this is not the girl I saw in the photo. That was different. Everything was different. Now it's different. Right? The same thing. From a distance, lavanya. Lavanya means from a distance you see, everything looks perfect. You go closer and see, something is missing. Right? That happens to each one of us. Each one of us. Some people might have a nice, beautiful eyes. Some people have a short nose. Certain part of it. Not everything. Right? Even if everything, then the overall thing might be different altogether. Only Krishna, God, has lavanya and soundari. Sound is coming up in the next point also. So only God has these wonderful, beautiful things, right? Lavanya and Uksan. So why we are talking about God's beauty? Because our eyes always look for beautiful things. Everything. You might be having a same khichdi at your house. You go someone's house and they are giving the same khichdi. But now khichdi is on the top, they have this coriander leaves nicely cut into chops and put, and little chili and then the papad on the side. Same thing what your family is giving you. Now it appears totally different. And now you are eating so much and you come home on the way back, your wife is, and you're getting into problems. What special that lady gave you, you appreciate it so much. And when I give you the same thing, you don't even eat properly. Or you criticize, in fact. And this one extra spoon of ghee on the top of that lady, whatever she gave. That's all. Right? So it's different. So now we want to have everything beautiful in our life. Everything beautiful. Therefore, Krishna attracts each one of us by his beauty. By his beauty. Therefore, when we think about Krishna, immediately we think about his color. The Megha Kshamala means the cloud, dark bluish cloud, right? And then how he stands in his Tribhanga pose and bent pose with a flute and the peacock feather on his head. And nice, all those things. We immediately remember Krishna like that, right? So he attracts every single person. He attracts, doesn't matter how. Someone just forwarded me this person who was doing, she's I think 100 years old, very old Gujarati lady, 100 years old, and she's doing dandiya. No one noticed. Inside the house, she's having the Krishna picture. Someone has recorded without her note, and she's bent like this, and she's doing dandiya, and on her own she's dancing and praising Krishna, right? So even whether it's a young girl or an old lady, even if it's a male or female, doesn't matter. Everyone gets attracted to Krishna's beauty. That's how Krishna is, right? Over Srimati, another quality or another thing that one understands what Krishna is, Srimati. Srimati means, we all know, is Lakshmi Pati. Lakshmi Pati means Sri is Lakshmi, right? Shriyapati, Lakshmi Pati, like that. Srinivasa, all the different Madhusudana, Madhava, all the different names, all are addressed to that. He is husband of so and so. Right? And interestingly, God is very happy when he's getting introduced through his wife. Right? He doesn't have that problem. Oh, no, that is lady and a man. He doesn't have that. He's very happy. That's why we say Radha, Krishna, Lakshmi, Narayana, Sita, Ram. Right? You see all Hare Krishna. Hare is also name of Radha. And Radha. Therefore, all those things we can see that how preceded by Sri. Srimati. One who is husband of Sri. Why it is mentioned here is, it is important that one cannot approach God directly. They have to be recommended through Sri, his consort, his wife. When she recommends, and whatever fault that we have, Krishna does not see. He oversees all this thing. Because the recommendation coming from the mother or from his wife. Child is obviously, therefore mother. For all of us, mother is Lakshmi. And therefore, when the wife suggests and recommends, he just allows it without even seeing any faults. Right? Now, she is needed between us and Krishna for our attaining God. All the sins has been overseen. Because she has recommended, all the sins that we have done, whatever we have done, faults we have done, everything is overseen, means it's forgiven. Because the recommendation is coming from her. Right? She resides on the chest of Lord Krishna, Vishnu. Right? Therefore, his name is Srinivasa. Srinivasa. And she corrects both Jivatma. As a mother, right? Mother is having an important role balancing between her child and husband. Always, mother is a central mediator between the two parties. Fathers or men are always with that little bit of that ego, doesn't want to bend to the situation or whatever it is. They have that thing, that manly thing. Therefore, wife plays an important role, or the mother plays an important role. She plays as a wife, and she also plays a role as a mother, trying to balance and connect these two, father and child, together. In this case, the same thing. She corrects the child, and she also pleases her husband in whatever the way. Now, important thing, what does Sri means? Right? There are 6 meanings, 6 deeper meaning of what Sri means. Srimati or Sri means. Let's go through these 6 meanings. Shrayate, Shriyate. One who worship. The first one is Shrayate. One who worships and takes shelter of the Supreme Lord. Vishnu Pati. She worships Vishnu. Therefore, Shrayate, one of the thing of what Sri means. Okay. And one who is worshipped and takes shelter by everyone. Meaning, one who has been worshipped. Next one is Shriyate. She worships Vishnu, Shriyate. She is being worshipped by others, Shriyate. Therefore, these 2 meanings goes to Sri. Sunati, Shravayati. One who listens to all the complaints, problems, prayers, etc. of her child and places and explains. She puts her prayers, etc. to her husband. She hears all the problems of her child. Right? From this we should understand that whom should be given importance when you go to the temple. Right? Where should we go first? Then Mother Lakshmi, go to the left corner, and hardly people stand there. Only on some occasional special days they go there. But this is where, when we understand the meaning of Lakshmi, Sri, then we can understand where we have to go first, put our petition, our request. We have to go there and request, Mother, I have done all these mistakes. Please tell my father, you are the one who has to connect me and forgive me for all these things, right? Therefore, she hears all those things. Therefore, Sunoti, and then Shravayati. After she hears from us, she goes back to her husband and tells. There is a nice way of saying that, Tirupati, anyone you're going to go to Tirupati. Tirupati is a 7-hill mountain. By the time you go to the 7-hill mountain, first thing is you have to go visit Lakshmi in the bottom temple in the Tirupati. There's a upper Tirupati and lower Tirupati, right? You go and talk to her. I'm going to go to your husband, crossing 7 hills. So these are my problems. What's the problem? Everything is a problem for me, right? Okay, mother is asking, anything that you have done good? Nothing. So please, I'm going to go there in another couple of 3 hours. So before I go do something, right? So we make a petition over here and we start going through the mountains. Before we go, already SMS is sent. So and so, right, is coming. Don't ask any questions about him. Just accept him. That's how she immediate, there's a immediate message goes with name and he's coming. What's the qualification? 0. What bhakti is performed? 0. What are the good things he done? Nothing. Okay. Any mistake he has done? Plenty. This is the biodata of each one of us, and Lakshmi sends through this attached thing to her husband. And when we go there, by the time we go there, nothing has been seen, because this is signed by her. That letter is kept hold and he accepts us. That's what happens. By we hear, we complain, say our concerns, and she goes back and reports back to her husband to leave it. Next one is Srinati. She cuts off all our sins and offenses, and she unites us with Srinati. Means she cuts off all our sins and everything. And then next thing is what she does is, after cutting, what you have to do? We have to be somewhere. If all our sins are gone, we have to be somewhere, because we are not going to take another birth, because we don't have any more karmas. We have to be somewhere. What do? Connect. And therefore she connects us back to Krishna. So these are some of the things that she does for all of us. Therefore, who does this one? She does. Who is Sri? Consort of Krishna. Therefore, Krishna can be graceful, merciful to us because of Srimati. Okay, next move on. Pundarika Nayane. What we saw just few minutes back? Lavanya. Lavanya means overall beauty. Now here it talks about individual part of it. Not only overall, even each part of his body is very beautiful. Pundarika. Pundarika Nayana means the vision. The vision that he has is so beautiful, so nice. Right? That has been, Saundari has been explained over here. So let's move on. I mean, this one point is where this particular is from Valmiki Ramayan, where in Valmiki Ramayan, who's the one who gives fruits? Okay. Shabari. So Shabari, when Shabari was giving all this thing, and she took care of Ram and Lakshman very nicely, and hospitality, everything is done and over. Now she said, I'm going. And Ram is asking, where are you going? I'm done with my service that my Guru has given. Now I'm going back to Vaikuntha. And how is that you're going? What made you qualified to go? One reason is because that is given by our Guru. Second reason is, over here, Chakshusha, Saumya Puta. Saumya Puta means all the sins and everything is gone because of your vision upon me. God's grace is when it falls on us. Right? When our vision falls on others, dangerous. If others' vision falls on us, dangerous. Because we don't know how these visions are. Right? It may be seeing with nice intention, or could be seeing with bad intention, whatever it could be. But when God looks upon us, obviously there is nothing as bad. Right? It's Purnam. It's going to be completely pure. And when He looks upon us, all our papa, all our anarthas, all our obstacles, everything is removed. Right? Everything is removed. So therefore, Pundarika Nayane. Why we are seeing all this point? Parabhakti. One performs Parabhakti because he understands all these different things about Krishna. Swaswamini means, this is the last one. Swaswamini, he is the proprietor. When he is the proprietor, we are all belonging to him. When we belong to him, then we have to work to satisfy the proprietor. Very simple. You join a company, and you have your own agenda, you have your own goal, you have your own plans, and however you want to. And the company goal is totally different for 2019. You have your own plan. What's going to happen? Nothing is going to happen. When you join a company, you are accepting that I'm working for this company. When you're accepting this working for the company, you satisfy the needs and necessities and rules and policies and regulations of that particular company, and work for that company. When we understand we are all properties of God, He is the owner, then we all should do what? We have to work for Him. We have to work for Him. That means we have to understand what He really wants us to do and work for Him likewise. Firstly, who controls everyone like a king? Lastly, as the owner of all of us. This is we saw. And you want to read the last paragraph?
One who has seen the Atma understands the Lord's greatness as mentioned above, but sincerely and desperately want to be with that Lord. for that he continuously works towards developing that love, prithvi, towards the Lord. This is the stage of Parabhakti.
So we are seeing what Parabhakti means. Parabhakti means you are very desperate. You cannot wait, right? You cannot wait to see Krishna. You're in that stage. That's good. You cannot say, "Oh, I've heard so much." Now everything has been heard. Everything has been heard. I've been reading so many literatures. I've been hearing so many from so many different sages and so many certain people. Now I'm very attracted to this personality. Where is he? I just cannot wait to see this person. He's gone to that stage, Parabhakti. Right? Desperately waiting to see. That stage is called Parabhakti stage. So with that, let's move on to today's sloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati.
Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati.
Yavanyaschasmi Tatvatah.
Yavanyaschasmi Tatvatah.
Tato Mam Tatvato Jnatva.
Tato Mam Tatvato Jnatva.
Vishachetat Anantaram.
Vishachetat Anantaram.
You want to read? Okay.
One can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is full of consciousness of me by such devotion, he can enter to a kingdom of God.
Now, what we saw in the 54th sloka is what? About? Parabhakti. Parabhakti. How did one get Parabhakti? How did one get that Bhakti? Yes. And how did the Dhyana Nishtha come? By doing what? Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga. Either one. Very true. Either one. Right? So that's how we got come to the point of Parabhakti. Parabhakti is the stage. What we saw, what Parabhakti stage means. How does that person act? Be very, very eager, desperate to see. He just cannot wait a moment to see. He is like a mad person right now. Right? And another stage is, after that, the 55th sloka is covers both Parabhakti and Parajnana and also Parabhakti over here. We'll cover these things. Over here, Parajnana means a stage where he is actually seeing the Lord, but not in front, but within. The Lord is visible for him in his mind, in his heart. That stage is called Parajnana stage. One will get a chance to see the Lord within the heart. Now, Tatvatah, Yavan Yaschasmi Tatvatah. How he can do this one? Because Yavan Yaschasmi Tatvatah. Tatvatah means the truth. He understood the truth. Yavan Yaschasmi. Yavan Yaschasmi means what it is and the details of it. That means there are two concepts are there. Swarupa Nirupa Dharma. Swarupa Nirupa Dharma. Nirupita Swarupa Visheshana or Dharma. Which means is that we all fall into what category? Human. That is called, say someone is coming in, you're coming in asking me, Pushpa, you're coming in asking me, what is this? Something is walking on the street and going with 4 legs. Right? It's walking and going. You're asking, first time you're seeing this one and you're telling, what is this? I'm telling, this is dog. Why? It has 4 legs. And tomorrow morning, a cow is walking on the street. You're coming and telling, hello, come on, dog is going. Alright? Is it correct? But my statement before was, how did I said this is dog? It has 4 legs. Therefore, you decided or you understood when I said this is dog and you saw that, 4 legs. Okay, dogs means 4 legs. Tomorrow cow goes, seeing, 4 legs, maybe a big dog. Big dog, right? Is that correct? No. So generally having an idea about something is called Swarupa Nirupa Dharma. Everything has a dharma, a certain properties, certain things, right? So we all fall into a category as human. Right? That's it. But then if I call that person, he's in the temple, bring him. Because we all know human means looks like this, then I simply cannot go there and call the person whom I need to come over here. What I need now? What I'm going to ask that person?
Specifics.
I'm going to ask a specific, tell me about that person, so that I can go find that person. That is called Nirupita Swarupa Dharma. Now that person is wearing a kurta. This person is wearing a sari, and she is tall, and he is fat, and he is in this, like this, etc., etc. All these details are given. Those are the details of a general person. That's how we need to know. Generally, we knowing God exists. God is great. God is cause of everything. God is maintainer. God maintains. God is destroys everything. And these are all different things that what we told now are what? Very general. Is very generic and very general, right? Now we need to know the details. Okay, those are, God means obviously He's a controller, He's cause of everything, all these things I understand. Give me the details, further details. Some might only know the general ones about God, and there are religion only talks about certain general things about God, and the details is very important. And this person in Parajnana stage not only understand the general one, he knows that what he understood long back, that one. Now we also know the details about how God is, what God is. Jnana, Shakti, Aishwarya, Virya, Tejas, all those different details of God. He knows all those different things, opulences and many things, how loving He is, right? What are His qualities are. Also this Lavanya, Saundarya and all those different, He knows all those details. It's not vague saying God is something. He knows details of God. That jnana is called Parajnana. How did that Parajnana comes? God gives this knowledge also by showing Himself. That's what is so. So Parajnana, now Parabhakti, the result in the Parabhakti stage, being in Parabhakti stage, that leads as a result to the next stage called Parajnana. And what does the Parajnana gives next? Parama Bhakti. That's the result of one being in Parajnana stage, will leads one to Parama Bhakti stage. And there are schools of thought, Mayavati schools of thought, and what they conclude is they conclude at the point of Parajnana. But in this particular sloka, Anantaram, Vishashe tat Anantaram Tattvato Jnatva. Jnana is the one which is going to give moksha, but that is achieved by Tat Anantaram. The one which is achieved by Parajnana is the next stage called Parama Bhakti. That's what the meaning of this particular sloka. It is not ends in the Parajnana. It leads one to get moksha, means it has to lead one to the next stage called Parama Bhakti, and that Parama Bhakti is the stage where one attains God, Vaikuntha. That's been told over here. Okay, and we covered this in the 11th chapter, 54 sloka. Bhaktyato ananya sakhya ahameva vido arjuna jnatum drishtum cha tatvena pravishtitum cha parantapa. Krishna said this particular sloka that we are seeing now, this particular sloka is already covered in the 11th chapter. Okay, 54 sloka. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. So what is Parabhakti, Parajnana and Paramabhakti? Parabhakti is where the person is eager to see. Parajnana is he is already seen. Paramabhakti is this is a supreme topmost. Now that I saw this Lord, he is fearful now. What's the fear? Is that vision going to go away? Am I going to lose him again? Right? Is that a good fear or bad fear? That's a good fear. That's a good fear. The fear of losing the sight of Lord, that's a supreme thing. Right? So this one, there are Alvars. One of the Alvar called Nammalvar. Nammalvar was walking towards Srirangam temple. Very beautiful, short story thing. Nammarwar walking towards the temple, Srirangam temple. While he was walking, many tens and hundreds of people are coming out. They had darshan. They are coming out of the temple, and he was thinking, why these people are going out? Why these people are going out? If we ask, if that question asked to us, we will tell, what we came, we took the darshan, we are going home. We have to take my child to the next class. I have to go do shopping. Weekend is the only time I make to all this ironing and whatever need to do, laundry and everything else. So I have to go back. And Nammar was asking, but why did you go in first? To see the Lord. Did you see? Yes. Then why are you returning? His mood is totally different. After you saw him, how can when you see someone like him, you feel like wanting to go back out? That is the stage of bhakti. Once you see him, how can you think of coming out? Now we can understand where we stand without bhakti. We go hundreds and tons of time. Sometimes we don't. We go into the temple, don't even see purpose of going itself lost. We go inside and do so many other things. Then we realize, did I go that temple, this place or that place? Forgot. And you should ask yourself when you come out of the temple, what was special in the decoration or alankar? What was done today? You wouldn't have noticed the color of the dress, what garland the Lord was wearing today, and anything different than the normal weekends. We have to ask ourselves how much we really saw God. But He is seeing us constantly. Right? Therefore, this is called Parama Bhakti stage. Parama Bhakti stage is what been told by this Nammarwar. When you go inside, I have to say, why? How do you even feel like coming out? Right? I think these people really did not see the Lord. That's the stage, the Parama Bhakti stage. Now, if anyone wants to understand the Supreme, who wants to read? Please read.
If anyone wants to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has to take to pure devotional service under the guidance of a pure devotee. Otherwise, the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead will always be hidden.
Yeah. How much ever we try to understand God by ourselves, it's going to be a mystery for all of us. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be hidden. Therefore, the best way of understanding God and getting into this area of bhakti is through a person who was surcharged with that bhakti. Right? With that bhakti. Only the person who has bhakti can give bhakti to others. Only a person who has money can give donation. Right? Only a person who have food can offer food to others. Only if you have that particular knowledge, you can teach to others. Therefore, bhakti can only come from one who has bhakti. Therefore, guidance in one's life is very, very important. Therefore, Guru is very important to attain bhakti. Next one.
As already stated in Bhagavad Gita, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya. He is not revealed to everyone. No one can understand God simply by erudite scholarship or mental speculation.
Naham Prakasha Sarvasya. 7th chapter we saw this. Naham Prakasha means he is not visible to anyone and everyone. Right? He is not visible. I just remembering another story in Srimad Ramanujacharya's lifetime. There was one person, he was very much attached to his this one lady, right, his wife. And then in publicly, he was just walking, carrying the umbrella of his wife, so that she's not burn in the sun and all those things. He's just holding but he was constantly looking at the eyes of his wife, and Ramanujacharya is a sannyasi. He was just walking with all his hundreds of other disciples, and the awkward situation, you don't want to behave like this in front of a sadhu. It doesn't look nice, even in public place like this, right? Therefore, Ramanujacharya told that, bring that person to me. I want to talk to him. And then somehow they went and called this person. He's a very respectable person in a very good post. Then he came here and he bowed down to Ramanujacharya and asked, sir, you called me? Yes. What are you doing in a public place, looking at your wife's beauty like this? Why do you do like in the public? It's not good. It's not very decent to do such thing. He said, I can't take my eyes from my wife's eyes. She has such a beautiful eyes. I can keep on looking at her eyes. It's so beautiful. And Ramanujacharya said, okay, very good, that's fine. But if I show you your eyes better than your wife's eyes, that's not possible. He said, that's not possible. No one in the entire creation has more beautiful eyes than my wife's eyes. Everyone thinks like that. At least for first few years. Anyway, coming back to Bhagavad Gita. So now he said, that's not possible. Well, I'll show you. Come with me. So he catch hold of this man's hand, and he just goes straight to the Srirangam temple. He says, stood in front of the Lord. He told, Ramanujacharya spoke to the Lord, said, my dear Lord, this person is standing in front of you. Show your eyes. He spoke. My dear Lord, show your eyes to him. Amazing. Ramanujacharya requested, asked, and the Lord showed his eyes to this person. And as soon as he saw this beautiful Pundarika Nayana, this beautiful eyes of Lord, then he couldn't move out of that place. He just stuck there. And he became the disciple of, along with his wife, he became the disciple of Ramanujacharya. He started continuing his service to his guru. And it just happens only by the mercy of gurus, not otherwise. Right? So that has been told. Did we? Okay. Go on. Next one. Who wants to read? Yeah.
Only one who is actually engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service can understand what Krishna is. University degrees are not helpful.
Next one. Yeah.
What is mentioned so far is the
Sequential.
sequential progress toward the Lord's Sangha Bhakti.
Sadhana Bhakti. Okay. Next one.
One who has surrendered also performed karma yoga, develops jnana, and performs bhakti.
Now where we are getting closer to Bhagavad Gita topic, end of Bhagavad Gita. Now whatever we are seeing so far is a sequential order. That same chart, sequential, going one step and one step and one step. And this is all called sadhana. Sadhana means practice. By practicing certain things, by practicing of reading, by practicing of hearing, I understand I am Atma, I am not this body. Then by practicing karma yoga, then chitta suddhi, and all the obstacles are removed, and then chitta suddhi happens, and then dhyana nishta happens. Right? All this by practices. Whether you take in the jnana yoga program, and again you have to practice certain things, by practices, and then by the bhakti. When you come to the bhakti, parabhakti, parajnana, and parama bhakti, these are all sequential. In a sequential order it goes, and every single stage requires certain sadhana practices. Therefore, this process is called sadhana bhakti practice. Sadhana bhakti practice. Now, Sharanagati is another marga. Sharanagati is another process. In the Sharanagati, this person doesn't fall into the sadhana practitioner program. This is important. He doesn't fall into the practitioner program. He surrenders. He surrenders to the Lord with a mood saying that I am incapable of doing and practicing anything. Accept me as I am. And that is called Prapati Sharanagati. And that is exactly what we are heading towards this rest of the slokas. Right? Is surrenders. You take care of me. All these different steps and processes, many life of purification, none of those is going to happen. I accept. I am totally dependent on you. I am imperfect. I am full of faults. I cannot practice anything. Saying that, now he continues doing all those things. Got it? Having that consciousness, he continues to do everything that has been told, but he does not make that as a program of sadhana to attain God. Please, I think this is a turning point, an important point, right? And there is a line of differences between this and that one. Sadhana bhakti is by this I will attain, right? I have to go to school. I have to do these, these exam, ACT, whatever different exams. These are the different. By doing this thing, I will get that. Yes. Why I am doing all this thing? finally I can get into a university, or I can get a better job or better life. All those things is sequential. This will give me next, this will give me that, that will give me this, right? Therefore I can attain. I keep this as a media to attain my goal. That's called sadhana. By practice, sadhana bhakti, do this, this. But in the Sharanagati program, he does the same thing, but he does not depend on result of this one to promote him to the next one. Then what does he depend on? Exactly, Krishna himself. Now he is not depending on this particular exam for him to get into that university, but he's performing this exam, but is not sticking on to the result of this exam, but he does this exam for the sake of doing, because that one requires this one, but I don't require this one to get that one. I require who? God. Makes a difference, or did I confuse? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So sadhana bhakti, I am depending on this one. I mean, in the Sharanagati, in the Prapati Sharanagati, I surrendered, but still I will do whatever I need to do. While doing these things, the other person have to be pretty much, cannot miss out anything. He have to do nitya, naimitika and whatever the karmas are, he have to do those things to get the other result. Right? In this one, he misses out also, there's no fault in him. There's no fault in him. But the interesting point is, more than that person, this person does everything perfectly. Why? The other person does because he has a goal in his mind. He has goal in his mind. In this person, there's no goal like that. Rather, he has love in his heart. Because he has love in his heart, he don't feel that pressure and pain and all those things to do that one. Therefore, he continues to do pakka, perfectly, than those people who are doing sadhana bhakti. He's doing out of love. Yes? Therefore, who's going to do it perfectly? The person who has love. Right? Simple example. For example, if you're cooking some sweet rice or some khichdi or some sweet, and you're making it for your family, do you try to make it just like that, or do you try to make it with perfect extra ghees and extra cashews and raisins and all those things perfectly, so that your family enjoys it? When you try to make the same order outside, how does it going to come out? They will try to give, the taste will be good. How it was made, we never know. We never know, right? But when you make, it makes a difference. How do you make? Out of force? Out of love. Therefore, that person is doing is going to be different than this person is doing. Therefore, this person, when he does out of love, he is going to do it for really nice. He is not going to miss out. Whereas the other person is totally different. Right? So that's what has been told. Swayam Prayojana Bhakti. Why is doing this bhakti? Is doing bhakti for the sake of doing bhakti. Right? Why you go to the temple? Why you go to the temple? If someone is, I'm asking you, why you go to the temple? To see God. And do what after seeing Him? Pray to God. Right? And when you're praying, are you praying for who? You're praying for whom you're praying for?
Krishna.
You're praying to Krishna. But what are you praying for? To whom? For what benefit? My dear God, something like that, right? Please take care of me, my parents, my brother, right? Something like that, right? There is something about me over there, right? Whereas over here, this person, Swayam Prayojana, this Prayojana means the use of why he is doing is not because of any of those reasons, but he's just doing for the sake of doing. That's all. Because there's a connection and love towards God. That's how he does this bhakti. He prays to God, not with any of all agendas or any of those intention of personal thing, but he likes to pray. He likes to sing in front of God. He likes to do all those things because he wants God to enjoy by seeing him. Okay? Not that he wants to enjoy in front of Lord, rather he wants God to enjoy. Therefore, when we go in front of God, we present ourselves very nicely with prayers and the way that we appear, the way that we behave in the temple room, and etc. etc. God is very pleased when He sees the way we are in front of Him. Right? That's how the Swayam Prayojana Bhaktas are. Moving on to the next one. Next. Sarva karmani api sadha
सर्वकर्माणि अपि सदा
kurvano mat vyapasrayah
कुर्वाणो मद्व्यपाश्रयः
mat prasadat avapnoti
मत्प्रसादादवाप्नोति
sasvatam padam avyayam.
शाश्वतं पदम् अव्ययम्.
Everyone read? Yeah, go ahead.
Though engaged in all kinds of activities, my pure devotee, under my protection, reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace.
Although engaged in all kinds of activities, you are engaged in all kinds of activities, we are doing so many things, but the pure devotees, even while is engaged in all kinds of activities, the speciality of this person is that I take care of him. When he says I take care of him, that when the person is engaged in all kinds of activities, understand all kinds of activities does not mean any kind of activities, dharmic activities, right? Right? So that kind of activities, then Lord protects him. When the Lord protects him, obviously this person is not going to commit any mistakes. There won't be fault in whatever the action that he is trying to do. And imperishable. Shashvatam padam avyayam. Shashvatam means eternal. Padam avyayam, that place, the eternal place. He will be in that eternal place by my grace. Now Arjuna's question and Krishna's response based on this particular sloka is that I am doing yuddha. Yuddha means fight. His fight falls into Nitya Naimitika karma. Nitya karma or Naimitika karma. We know what Nitya karma, Naimitika karma. Correct? What is Nitya karma? Who remembers? Huh? Every day. Whatever we are trying to do every day. Nitya karma. Nitya Anusthana. Nitya karma means every day going to office. That's also okay. But then this we are talking about the religious spiritual activities of doing pujas and getting up in the morning and doing certain things, and in the afternoon what we have to do, in the evening what we have to do, before going to the bed what we have to do. All this called Nitya karma. Yeah, that is Nitya karma. What is Naimitika karma? Occasionally due to something which is triggering to do certain things. That's called Naimitika karma. Is fighting Nitya karma, Naimitika karma? Therefore Arjuna is asking, either this doesn't fall into Nitya or Naimitika karma, why I have to fight? Why I have to fight in that case? Because you told very clearly, this is what we have to do, our duties, karma yoga. And karma yoga means following Nitya karma, Naimitika karma. Fighting is not falling, does not fall into that one. Does not fall into that one. And that's one point he is telling. Second point he is telling is that I am fighting. Why am I fighting? I am fighting I lost my kingdom. Now I have to get back the kingdom. Therefore I am fighting, which is also Kamya karma. It is Kamya karma, right? If you say no, Nitya karma, it doesn't fall into Nitya karma, Naimitika karma. It falls into Kamya karma. And if you are saying that I can do Kamya karma, I am expecting something out of it, then that is also not good. Why should I do this one? That is the point. Therefore the sloka says, Sarva karmani, whatever it is, whether it's a Nitya karma, Naimitika karma or Kamya karma, perform. Now Krishna is responding the way he is saying that is, Arjuna, what you said, it doesn't fall into Nitya karma, Naimitika karma. Okay, actually it does. Even if you say it does not fall into, do you fall into Varnashrama system?
Yes.
You fall into Varnashrama. What is Varnashrama? Varna and Ashrama. Please tell me. What is Varnas? What is 4 Varnas? Brahmana. What are the 4 Ashramas? Sannyas. Very good. So Krishna is asking, do you fall in any of these categories or not? He says yes. Which one? Kshatriya. Oh, Kshatriya. And then Grahastha. Okay. So you fall into these things, then that means you have certain responsibility duties. What is the duty of a Kshatriya? Just now we saw few slokas back. What Kshatriyas has to do, what Brahmana has to do, what a Shudra has to do. Did we see that one? What Kshatriya has to do? Protect. Protect means how do you have to protect? Remove the evil, protect the good ones. How do you remove the evils? Fight. Is it not your dharma? Yes. Very good. Answer one. You got the one answer out of it. But his other point was kamya karma. But I'm expecting something. That one you have to correct. Krishna's point. That one, yes, I agree. You have to correct. You can perform kamya karma, but change to the program. Do not accept anything. Therefore, nitya karma, naimitya karma, kamya karma, you can perform any of this karma. Do not expect result out of it. That's what Krishna's beautiful response, commentaries are saying, giving these things. Okay, moving on to the next sloka. Chetasa sarva karmani Mai sanyasya matparaha Buddhiyoham upasritya Macchittah satatam bhava. If you remember or recollect, until 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna never uses mat chitta, mat bhakta, any of those terms. He never tells about be conscious of me, perform bhakti towards me. Why he didn't tell any of these things? Mat, maya, maya. He never used these terms in first 6 chapters. Why? Why? What is the core message of the first 6 chapters? What's the focus? Exactly. And why is he going to talk about himself there? There's no need. But then right after he jumps after the 6th chapter, everything about himself. Everything about himself. And again over here, same thing. Over Krishna says that chetasa, intelligence, sarva karmani, everything that you're trying to do towards me. Sannyasa. Sannyasa sabdha means? What sannyas means? Huh? Give away, right? Again the same old song. Give away that mentality of that you are the doer, you are the proprietor, you own everything, you're expecting the result. Give up those things and perform all the activities by performing this in a bhakti, buddhi. In a bhakti yogam, buddhi yogam is bhakti yogam, or through the proper intelligence. One, upasya, machitta satatam bhava. Be fully consciousness of me. This is what's been told over here. One fully feels his existence is simply for the purpose of God. He feels his existence is simply for the purpose of God. Now, my existence is, why do you feel, what is the purpose of your life? Yourself. What's the purpose of your life? Tell me frankly. I know you're sitting in Bhagavad Gita class and you heard all those things, but what's the purpose of your life?
Reach God.
Reach God. What's the purpose of your life? What's the purpose of your life?
To know God.
Anyone else? What's the purpose?
Live happily in the life without any troubles.
Thank you. Spend your karma, finish your karma. Right? And this person, if you go and ask what's the purpose of your life, I am living for my children. If someone is going and asking you, none of us told this one. The truth is that. Right? Is it no? Is it not true? Moksha is the only true thing. You're living just because of I want to attain moksha. That's the only purpose. Going up and down to Chicago here and all those different things and all.
That is our duty.
My purpose of my life is I have a duty to take care of my children, my family. Why do you exist? For my family. Yeah? All those different goes under the family and beloved ones and etc. etc. This person, purpose, if you go and ask what's the purpose of our life, your life, he is going to tell, I am living for God. My purpose of my life, is existence is because of Him. I am making my preparation, my journey, my everything ready so that I can be with Him. That is His existence. It's just, rehearsal, right? When you have make children are making dramas, how many times you all did practices at your home, right? Dances and everything. Those are rehearsals. Why you do rehearsal? Why do you do rehearsal?
You don't make any mistake in that.
You don't make mistakes, and finally do what? Perform where? On the stage. On the stage. Right? In the stage, you don't want to make mistakes. You want to give a final performance, show on the stage. Therefore, how much you have to practice? A lot. And what we have to do now, rehearsal. Practice here. What we are going to do over there in the stage called Vaikunta. If we don't practice here, how are we going to do it there? It's not going to happen. So we have to practice here. How much we are spending time in bhakti, how much we are chanting, how much we are trying to learn about God, how much we are trying to do all these things, right? How much I am really getting into shape of this stage of bhakti, right? That's a practice we have to do here. When we practice, we are rehearsal and rehearsal. This is called rehearsal. We are rehearsing. Now when we are trying to chant the name of God, our mouth get dried up. We want to drink water. We want to stretch out, do all those things, right? And more we practice, and more we practice, then that becomes our nature, and we want to continue and doing more. And that is why we are given this body. The purpose of we taking a human body is to do this practice in this body. Do a lot of rehearsal, and when we are ready, then we go to the stage to perform the real show at that point of time, right? So over here, understand he is dependent on the independent of this person. Understand, I'm completely dependent. I am not an independent person. I'm a dependent person. And dependent on who? My employer. Right? If he doesn't give me a job, fires me off, I'm gone. Therefore, I have to please my employer. I have to work and show myself nicely, everything, because he is the one who's feeding me. That's how people generally think. But the other person thinks, I have to please God because I'm depending on him. He is not the one who is feeding me. He is the one who is feeding my employer, manager or boss as well. Therefore, let me do my job nicely, not misuse of my job, do nicely so that my supreme boss is happy with my job. When he is happy, I am happy, everyone is happy. Right? Therefore, you understand, I am completely depending on Lord and I cannot be independent. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasyatmanam chetasa nirasir nirmamo bhutva yuddhasya vigata jwaraha. In the 3rd chapter, 30th sloka, Krishna revealed to some extent. Mai sarvani, therefore Arjuna, surrender all work unto me. Over there, he put a seed. And that is what in this particular sloka, Krishna is emphasizing more. What we saw there, it is what being told over here. Lives in my full consciousness. Let's move on to the next sloka. Okay, 58th sloka. Mat chitas sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi atachetvam ahankaram nasroshyasi vinakshasi. Who wants to read? Maybe someone, yeah? You want to, okay, go ahead.
If you become consciousness of me, you'll pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost.
You know, sometimes some people, you go and tell some people certain things, and then they hear everything, but they do what they want to do. No one had that experience? Okay. Okay. Like that. Krishna is trying to tell here, Arjuna, we are at the end of 18th chapter. Talking to you for this long. So many slokas, so many things I told you to make you fight. And you are telling you will not fight, you will not fight, you will not fight. But you know what? The truth is, I know very well, you will fight. We are going through all this conversation to and fro, but you will do what you have to do, what you wanted to do, and which is you will fight. Krishna says very good, you will fight, I know very well. All these things are good conversation, but you will fight. Why? That is your swabhava. That is what you are. That is how you are. You cannot escape out of it. You have to do, you will do, you're forced to do. You do. That's the point Krishna is trying to make. You will for sure fight, irrespective of whatever I try to say, doesn't matter, you will fight. But there's slight differences there. What Krishna is proposing is little different. We'll see that one. Then why are you wasting your time? If that is what the truth is, then why you spent all this while going through all the slokas after sloka, telling me all this karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, this yoga, bhakti yoga, and all those things? Why did you do? I'm going to fight anyway. You know already that's what I'm going to do. What a waste of 4 years of Bhagavad Gita class. Why did we do all these things? If you know that whatever I want to do, that's what I will do anyway. I don't care, right? Now, fight. Krishna is telling, yes, you will fight. But all this while I'm talking to you, trying to speak to you, trying to make you understand on one aspect, you will fight, but my point is, in what consciousness? In what consciousness you will fight? You will fight with a revengeful attitude. You will fight, you want to get something out of that thing. Why do you fight? That is what I'm worried about. And that is what I'm trying to tell you. You will fight, but in what consciousness matters. You will work in what consciousness. You will eat in what consciousness. You will sleep in what consciousness. You will earn money in what consciousness. You will spend money in what consciousness. That consciousness is what very key factor and important thing throughout Bhagavad Gita. When you are not consciously doing an action, and that is only called what? Karma. Very good. Thank you. And when you're consciously doing an action, that is called Karma Yoga. And what consciousness now one should have? Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means what? Who is the doer? Krishna is the doer. Who is the owner of everything? Who should get the result? That is called Krishna consciousness. And that is called Krishna consciousness in simple. So as the result of Karma Yoga, this person performs or expects bhakti, not, here is what the change is. What's the change here? This person perform bhakti, or even is perform Karma Yoga in bhakti, mixed with bhakti, but his program is not necessarily to attain that Atma Darshana. Not to attain Atma Darshana, to attain bhakti. He is not wanting to see Atma is not his goal in this program. Paramatma is his goal for this person. Paramatma is his goal, not Atma. Okay? Now, moving on to the next one. Matchittaha. Matchittaha means fully in Krishna consciousness with Trividatyaha. Correct? The three tyahas, Trividatyaha. By the grace, you want to read that bullet?
By the grace of the Lord, one cross over all the obstacles. That grace comes to one who understands and accepts that the Lord knows what is good and bad for everyone. What is good for each and everyone, only He knows, no one else.
So you see, here is Krishna says, Sarva Durgani. He removes all the obstacles for this particular person, all the obstacles, and by this he can easily come to him. Okay, next one.
If you do not listen to a false ego, you will get destroyed. I know what is good and what is bad, what needs to be done and what should.
Now, what we covered so far is the first two lines. The next two lines is Atachat Tattvam Ahankaram. Ahankaram means, but the first two lines is, if you do this one, this is what it is. Obviously, you have to tell the opposite of that one, right? If you don't follow this, what I told you, if you don't do this one, what's going? Vinasham. Vinakshayi. Vinakshayi means you will be destroyed or you'll be lost. You'll be lost. If you don't follow what has been told to you now, why one doesn't want to follow? What could be the cause? Krishna said in the sloka,
Ego.
Ahankar. Ahankar, ego. What is that ego? I know better. The biggest ego is I know better. Who are you to tell me? I know better. Who are you to tell me? Right? That's what here is. But who knows better? Who knows what is good and what is bad? God, obviously. He knows what is best, what is good. But we think we know what is good and what is best, right? If you do not listen due to false ego, you will get destroyed. People usually will have their opinion and what they wanted to do already decided. Right? But for the sake of asking, they will come and ask advices. Right? But finally they do what they wanted to do. This is all because of ahankar. They don't want to surrender. They think they know much better. They are in better of position in knowledge, in wealth, and etc. etc. Therefore, they just simply for the sake of, who's a good example of this one in Ramayana? Ravana. Ravana called for the meeting. Called for the meeting. He said, everyone is here right now in Lanka. The whole Vanaras, Rama, Lakshmana, everyone is here. He called for the urgent meeting with all the ministers. Please tell me now, what are we supposed to do? Everyone gave so many advices. But finally he went with his plan. Some of them told, give Sita back, problem solved. He said, this is my program. I will not give Sita back. And that's what I want to continue. Help me to achieve that, my desire. Right? So that's how Ravana's program is. They do not want to listen to anyone. Okay? Now we'll stop here. And then we have a Damodara Ashtakam. As you know, this month started, last Wednesday, Damodara month started. And then every day we do this Damodara Ashtakam and praise. We have been doing this for all the years, every year. So we'll do here. Natarajan Prabhu is here and Vignesh is here. They are going to lead. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll take questions, whatever you have. You can discuss now next class. Thank you.